Yeah, we are live. Let's see the sound. Come on, let's start. All right. Well, there is sound. Everything is going well. Okay, so apparently we can start. So for those that still don't know me, my name is High Tech Crypto Talk here. Jesus is King. Let's go. So the title of today's live stream is "Oh my God, it's tanking!" It's tanking like crazy. What do we do? What the hell has happened, right? Yeah, as I was telling you on my previous live streams. By the way, for those that do not know, I live stream at least couple of times per day. I just woke up, by the way. So from time to time, I'll be saying something weird, even weirder than usually, because I just literally barely woke up. So what hour it is, and I said, oh my god, this is live streaming hour, and I jumped on. So yeah, I said we don't know where exactly this downward swing will get stopped out, because you never know it. I mean, once the market is in full swing, you cannot guess how low it will go. Yeah, usually it exceeds your expectations, and it has been the case this time too. Like I would never bet is going to show us 8 in front, and it actually did. Bitcoin went below 90K, slightly below, but nonetheless below 90K. So I was not expecting that. It's still repeating the same pattern, but there is a slight difference here, and I explain you why that difference should not worry you too much. There is one very good explanation for that. In theory, at least. Yesterday, I mean, no, not yesterday, or depending on your time zone. On my last live stream, I was explaining that maybe, just maybe, the level of fear that crypto fear and greed index is showing us is not really as great as you can tell by the numbers. Because here, as you see, on CoinMarketCap is 15, which is a huge level of fear. And on alternative.me is 11, so that's also a huge level of fear. But in the stock market, yesterday I watched Alessio Rastani, and he said that that's bullcrap. That's pretty much bullcrap, because in his comments he sees a completely opposite sentiment. So yeah, sometimes it's going to be like that, because those indexes, they change criteria, unfortunately, every once in a while. So today's 15 is not the same as 15, I don't know, 10 months ago, probably. I'm not saying we were at 15 10 months ago. I'm just giving you an example, just so we understand each other well. So maybe, just maybe, if we were to use the same criteria, say 1 year ago, it would give us, I don't know, 30 on crypto fear and greed index, or something along those lines. So yeah, that could be kind of a trap. But I always say, just look at the chart. All information necessary are written into it. You don't really need to look elsewhere. And so far, one thing is very similar, and those are those patterns I have selected here. With one difference, that right now we have deviated from it a little bit more than previously, depending on how you frame it. But that's perfectly fine, because there is that one force that is turbo important when it comes to economics, and unfortunately they do not teach it in schools. or at universities, and should actually in every single school they should teach about it, and it's called habituation. And habituation is nonetheless but weakening of stimulus. So whatever stimulus you receive, the more times you receive it, the weaker it works. And that's why in order to get the same sensation as previously, you need more of the same stimulus. So that is why I, let's say, theorize the market is doing exactly that. It's accounting, it's taking into its calculations habituation, right? So that is why this deviation here must be slightly stronger than what we've seen previously. Why? Because it will not give the same effect, right? The shakeout effect. So since it's already, since we fell out, we broke down in much more pronounced manner. That could be it. A 90k level. That's also quite a round number. Let's see how much we have dropped from the top. Guys, share, like, and subscribe. 30%. That would do the job. From the very top, practically 30%. That's decent. I don't think anyone will say it's not. What the hell is going on with my connection? Something's wrong is going with my connection. Okay, let me confirm. Once the market exceeds your expectations, and suddenly my connection started to drop. Okay, maybe it will come back. Hopefully it will come back sometime soon. I'm not sure if I'm even visible now. But here is reporting. Okay, here is reporting a drop in time frames. Okay, maybe it will stabilize later on, hopefully. Oof, I hate when this happens. I just checked the connection like 2 minutes before I started live streaming, and it was going really nice. And now out of a sudden it gives me issues, pain in the bottom. What the hell is going on with my connection? Say it's not. Okay, at least vertical mode is working well. Okay, let's roll with it. I want to focus on that for the entire live stream. I'll be live streaming later on anyway, so just in case, just subscribe to the channel, and hopefully next time it will work better. So yeah, Bitcoin is crashing, but that could be it. Altcoins are finally showing a little bit of a backbone. When we go over to Bitcoin dominance, the chart I want to crash. I want to be crashing, and it looks really good, just as predicted. So at least one of the charts is acting as predicted. I said it's going to break down. We're breaking down from here because there is no way it can continue this rally up, and it exactly happened, and it happened in a very convincing fashion. So other chart still does not really reflect much of a capital rotation, because other chart is the one that's supposed to tell us how altcoins are doing. Here it is. I was waiting for those lines to pop up. So yeah, so you see only slight uptick here. Not much of a move. I don't know, if we measure it against Bitcoin had actually a red day. So even a little bit of green here gives us that divergence that results in Bitcoin dominance falling. You see, here Here it's actually red. So that could signal capital rotation from Bitcoin to alts, slowly but firmly, and then suddenly, as they say it in the crypto space. So good, very good, very good. I mean, don't be surprised when altcoins start to rally like crazy, because altcoins have accumulated a lot of upside potential. You know, they've been doing it for 4 years. So at some point it will have to give. At some point it will have to convert into very explosive effects. And it's definitely worth to be there for that time. And it will be very easy to miss. It will definitely be easy to miss. Guys, if you have any questions, of course, let me know in the live chat section. And of course, I will try to give you my best answer. You know, I've been 11 years in this space, so I definitely know a thing or two. So, to be honest, it's actually going the right direction, because most of the space I wait for altcoins to finally start moving. Bitcoin is not that much of the space. Not that many people of the space, because everyone has awareness. The greatest wins lay in altcoins. You know, the greatest win-lose ratio is on altcoins, and they are not mistaken. They are 100% right, because since those markets are way smaller than the Bitcoin market, the capitalization is way lesser. Liquidity is way smaller. Of course, those markets are much more explosive. Same is the case with high tech, of course, with the only coin I promote here. The only meme coin I promote here. This one has unproportionally large market cap, but don't look at it, because that's basically a false parameter. Look at liquidity. Liquidity is actually its factual market cap, so just 16K. Actually, even less. Actually, half of it, because okay, mother cracker. Okay, sorry guys, I just got disconnected. Oof, this internet connection is giving me heat. It's hitting me up. Okay, hopefully it's not going to disconnect anymore. Maybe now it stabilizes a little bit, because it's choppy as hell. So anyway, what I was talking about. I was talking about high tech, right? About the only project I promote here, and yeah, in my opinion, this is a very good price that it is sitting at. I think this is opportunity, because we, let's say, had our mini bear market here. I think we have shaken out all of the weak hands. I think it's time to see a second wave. The first wave went from $1 to $307, so that was definitely something impressive. I think from here we can go even to few grands, maybe even 7,000. That would be 100x from here. I would not be surprised. I mean, at some point, I mean, because this this coin, it will be going higher and higher and higher, because I will keep a low circulating supply. I'll be increasing it, of course, but very, very slowly, just for increasing the health of the project. I will definitely, you never see me dumping this project, because I consider it my personal market, so it's literally against my interest. And whoever approaches me online and asks me to promote them, I reject them. And I tell them, if you want to have exposure on my channels, My first channel, first YouTube channel, second YouTube channel. This one is my second. My primary YouTube channel, I run it in Polish. I always tell them you have to buy up my meme coin, burn it, and then you get my attention. I will be definitely talking, naming your brand, naming your exchange on my live streams, and that's the only way you can gain exposure through my channels. And at some point, one of them will accept it, and let me tell you, those guys grossly overpay, and I know it for a fact because I know people working with those exchanges, and I know exactly what are the fundings there, what are the budgets, and they grossly overpay whatever. So like for example, $10,000 of injection here will pump the price 200%, 300%, something among those, because it's still a very liquid market. And what if few exchanges or few crypto businesses decide to gain exposure through in that fashion, right? Then we will quickly come back to all-time highs and continue higher. And my channels only grow. I mean, this one grows very slow as of yet, still. But I think now I have found a hack to finally open the door for it. But my primary channel is growing really nicely. Oh my god, that one is pure satisfaction. So yeah, once this market here is on the move, the people from there will be piling in here. Why? Because how do I know it? Because that's how it happened the first time. The market started to move here. At the beginning, like until $10, nobody was interested. The price from 0 to 10 was pushed by literally handful of individuals that just for pure fun threw something at it, and later for FOMO kicked in, and they went buying. They were literally on buying spree. Same will happen this time too, but the difference is now the public is multiple times larger than it was back then. Multiple times larger. Even including this channel, even though it's so small. As of yet, it's still very small. But my other channel is like 1,057 subscribers, so it has grown significantly since that time. And the public the audience that watches it every month is of like 20,000 people. So take a look how many hodlers we've got so far, 83. Imagine 20,000 people buys in. Imagine what that will make to the price. So like I said in the live chat, just get yourself bet $1 before, because it will happen. So it's good to have at least $1. That's my advice, because this is literally the best trade on the whole of internet, and I mean it 100%. So yeah, let's take a look at liquidations. How liquidations are doing here. Oh, $570 million on Bitcoin. That's something. That's definitely something. We haven't seen over $500 million in quite a while, and here it is. So yeah, apparently people still have money to lose it on derivative exchanges. I keep telling you guys, do not trade leverage. You cannot win trading leverage. Like, I mean, in the long term, in the short term, of course, you can have a streak of wins, but in the long term, you cannot win. Mathematically, that's impossible. The margin of error is just too narrow. Neural networks lose money trading on futures, so you should not expect that you're a better trader than a neural network. I mean, that's silly to even assume. On crypto bubbles, as you see, there is few bubbles that are doing quite well, but it's not really much difference from what it was yesterday. It's not that much different. Let's take a look at SPYX. SPYX, of course, tells us what's the mood of TradFi while their exchanges are still closed. So yeah, so the daily is red, so probably that means SPY is going to open lower, S&P 500 is going to open lower. That does not mean the rest of today will be red. Doesn't have to be, because maybe you know buyers will step in and will reverse this red candle and flip it green. That's perfectly possible. Had happened in the past many times. But so far it looks a little bit grim. So far, yes, there is definitely some selling pressure here. I mean, here we cannot really say there is selling pressure because the liquidity of this liquidity pool is just too small. But there is some fear. There is some fear in the market. This one definitely shows that there is some fear, there is some uncertainty, and yeah, they're betting on the price going lower apparently. So who knows? Maybe it will drag Bitcoin slightly lower too, because you know S&P has that capability of influencing the Bitcoin price. So far, altcoins, like I said, they're showing more and more of a backbone. They're not as spineless as they used to be, and that makes me think we should be expecting more and more of a solid bounce. Let me quickly check how the live stream is going later on anyway. So the connection here is crap, really crap. I'm disappointed, but like I said, I will be live streaming later on too. So subscribe to the channel. It's not like let me tell you, it's not like this always. It's definitely not like this always. It actually happens rarely that this connection disappoints me. I'll have to get Starlink, I suppose, because I mean, it happens rarely, but too often, way too often. So I don't think you should abandon your hopes for the market pump sometime soon. But maybe the rest of the year will stay somewhat along these lines, because when we switch over to the yearly on other chart, we can see, like for example here, there was 2 years green, 1 red. Here we had 3 years green and 1 red, and now we have 2 years green, and this one looks like it's red. So of course, on average, after you get 2 green candles, there is increased probability the third one will be red, but then you will see again 2 or 3 a follow-up of two or green, sorry, 2 or 3 green candles, yearly candles, right? So if that's the case, then I think it's a price worth paying. That will mean until the end of this year, nothing much will happen in the altcoin market, but next year will deliver opportunities, because this year was absolutely terrible. It was really bad when it comes to altcoins. Like there was not even one moment in which you could really make money on altcoins, and I have caught quite few doubles, and I still say that, right? I was showing here, even on this show, I was showing many trades that gave me plus 100%, and I still crap. what has been going on this year? A total crap. It was really bad. Oh my god, the connection is really choppy. And give you my thoughts, right, about it. Who said, yo, muted streams are the best streams, but this one is not muted. You should be hearing me. Yo says muted streams. But sound is not muted. I see the sound is working here. Maybe you wrote it at the beginning, and that's why. That's why. The rest of yeah, here everything is working. You made me doubt, Yo. Okay, anyway, so that's it for now. I see you guys later. Subscribe. Thank you for